so Alex is going?
Not yet.
Not yet. Oh.
He's going.
I knew he was going. I just didn't know if he'd
Hasn't
gone.
he already been there once? He was to China last time. This time it's Korea.
So?
Yes.
I have to check with him. Alright. Hey there, beer tubers. Welcome back to Maxwell Starr's Beer Reviews with a beer that was brought back by Heist Almighty from Maine, I'm taking it. Obviously, it's a Maine beer.
Yes. I think I got this in Global Beverages in Ellsworth.
Global Beverages in Ellsworth, Maine.
An excellent store if you ever heard down the Bar Harbor Way. Huge store. Great selection. Friendly staff. They sell singles, so bonus.
Right on. Sith is also here with us. We're going to take a look at Shipyard's Monkey Fist IPA. Now, we've... yeah, it's got an awesome label. But we've had some weird luck with the Shipyard Fuggles IPA. Their standard IPA is brewed with like English style Fuggles hops, which have a really different profile to them
than your standard North American IPA.
Yeah, which is the kind of stuff that we like.
I think this one is more in keeping with the standard North American style than their English style IPA. So fingers crossed this one doesn't taste like dirt.
Something that says that the name is Monkey Fist and you expect it not to taste like dirt?
Maybe it tastes like monkeys.
Monkey dirt.
Monkey's hands covered in
feces.
Monkey jizz.
Just saying.
Alright, so, for those of you who are not nautical, the monkey fist was actually the big knot at the end of the rope that they would tie so that they could throw the rope to the ship or to the dock and tie up the boat.
Holy crap, I got that to the other side of it. I see.
That's not that bad.
No, it's not bad looking. It's filtered-ish.
A little brighter than your standard IPA, but it's still very orangey, somewhat pale.
Not a huge head.
No, slight yellowish tinge to the head though. Looks really nice though. That's not bad. There's almost a slight haze to it, but not much.
Yeah, a little tiny bit. Like, I don't think they filtered it all the crap, but they did filter it some.
Yeah. Yeah, that. Looks really nice. Let's give it a sniff.
Now this smells more like an IPA.
That smells like an IPA. This is already starting better than the.
Why couldn't NB Liquor have gotten this one instead?
Yeah, exactly. Was this a limited run?
No, I think it's new. I think it's a new full-time beer on their part. I don't think it was like a special edition.
Brew a real IPA.
The other
that
one was
smells good though. Citrusy, slightly pine, like a white grapefruit kind of smell.
A little bit
floral.
A little bit of bready malt.
Slight sweetness in the back. It smells very East Coasty. That's really nice smelling though. I like the smell of that.
East Coast IPA from Maine.
Really?
You don't say.
You don't get much more East Coast than that. Well, New Brunswick.
Gonna say.
Nova Scotia. All right. Smells good though. Down the hatch.
Now it tastes like an IPA. Not the best IPA I've ever had, but it tastes like an IPA.
You expect from the smell. You expect a little bit more citrus and floralness to that. There is still some floral there, but it's almost like a blanket of earth.
No, I'm not finding it as earthy as that. There is an earthy quotient to it, but I'm finding it kind of more piney and resiny.
Resiny. I will go with that.
Yeah.
Resiny. Very resiny and earthy in the back is what I'm getting. That's the lingering content I'm getting. It's almost like blanketed across the back of the throat afterwards.
The taste is less grapefruity and thicker than the smell, but I don't know. I'm not getting as much earth off this one.
Now there is some white citrus, like white grapefruit citrus, laying on top of that floral earthiness, that resiny kind of taste, but I'm getting a really predominant resin earth kind of taste to this. But there is malt there, but it's not a whole lot.
No, the malt is kind of weak on this one. It's maybe not. If the hops were stronger, I'd call it unbalanced, but because they're not like super bitter, it's not such a big deal.
It's not like a Monkey Fist punch.
No.
But it's not bad, actually. I will give it that. I like this a lot better than the Fuggles IPA.
Yeah, this one does not taste exclusively like dirt.
No, this one actually tastes like a real IPA. It's just maybe a little thin for one.
A little bit more like bone water than I would like, but it's certainly in the ballpark.
How much do you know about bone water?
No comment.
Anyway. That said, I like it. It's nice and light. But you seem to be grimacing over here. What do you think?
I'm not enjoying this. It's got a lot of dirt flavor in the back. It's got a. I am not enjoying the aftertaste this one's leaving behind.
It's a lot dirtier than even the Gahan, I think.
Yeah.
But I like the Gahan.
The Gahan was the dirtiest thing I've ever drank. It tasted nothing.
You must have had an off bottle. I don't know what it is. I love Gahan's IPA.
I don't know.
I fucking love Gahan's IPA.
I could go out in the yard and take a handful of soil and put it in my mouth and it wouldn't taste as much like dirt.
Not bad. Wasn't that bad? I think Gahan's IPA is probably the best from the Maritimes.
I think it's possibly the worst in the Maritimes.
Let's not be differ in that opinion then. But Shipyard's Monkey Fist IPA is definitely better than the standard IPA from them, but...
It's definitely a middle-of-the-road IPA. It's nothing fantastic and it's nothing terrible.
Well, at the same time, kudos to Shipyard for producing a real IPA. That is towards the modern style, instead of the traditional style. 6.9% ABV it says.
Plus, wicked label.
Yeah, I'm sorry. The label, in my opinion, is the best thing about this beer.
Take a look at
It would
that
have been
label
hard to
there.
not be.
That is pretty cool, though. I love
They had this awesome video on YouTube of some guy painting that like in graffiti style on the side of their building. It's really quite like it's an interesting time lapse photography kind of thing. I would recommend having a look at it.
Ew, all the crap was at the bottom.
Ew. Maybe that's why yours tasted more like dirt.
Monkey splooge.
Anyways, do you want to put a number to this one?
I'd give it a 3.5.
Yeah, I'd say that's fair.
And definitely not from Sith.
No, I'm sorry, 2.
Oh, come on, but it smelled nice.
Oh
yeah, the smell's nice. It's got a lot of a nice aroma, but that aftertaste is just.
It's definitely the crud at the bottom.
It's god awful.
This just turned into a dirt sandwich.
Okay,
what would you put a number to it?
He said 2.
Yeah.
2? Okay, I missed that. Must be. We haven't that much beer yet.
No, really, this is only the 4th one between 3 people. So
yeah. Anyway,
how bad could it be?
All right, so 2 and 3.5 from the rest of us. Thanks for watching Maxwell Starr's beer review of Shipyard's Monkey Fist IPA. Try it if you see it, if you love your IPAs, but there's probably some better stuff on the shelf, like from Dogfish Head.
Wasn't Monkey Fist a villain in Kim Possible?
I've never watched that, have you?
I watch the Disney Channel all the time, man. Curse